Hello there everyone, Ashton Flash here and welcome on into an early LEGO Marvel 2025 set review. Today we're looking at set number 76320. This is the Iron Man and War Machine versus Hammer drone set. Has 204 pieces, retailing for $22.99 USD or $24.99 Canadian. This was originally set to retail for $19.99 USD, but because US prices have gone up, this too went up a little bit as well. The set's going to be releasing on August the 1st, but was sent to me early by LEGO and Land to do a review for. I'm not excited about this set. I'm not impressed by it. You've got obviously Iron Man up there at the top, as well as you can see some of the different play features here on the back as well. And the great not for sale sticker placement there. The thing that's getting me is I'm comparing this to last year's set that was actually, so if this was going to be $20, this is the same price. $19.99 USD, $24.99 Canadian. 135 pieces. This has 204 pieces. I have purchased 2 additional ones besides the one that I was sent last year for review because I wanted multiple of the Iron Legion. I wanted more Hydra agents. This is desirable. The side build as well, the fortress build, you can actually obviously make a bigger Hydra fortress with this. So that's really cool. This, you get multiple of the drones. Then there's also only 2 minifigures in this set versus this had so many desirable figures. If a kid or a parent walks by the small one here on shelves and sees it next to the other one, they're going to be like, why is that more expensive? Look at the size of the boxes. Like, it's thicker. It's obviously bigger. You saw before. Look at it like this. It's crazy to me. And I know it's got a little bit more pieces, but then there are significantly less minifigures in comparison, and new minifigures too, because this does have 2 brand new figures for that at the time. All right, here's everything built. You can find time codes and chapters down below if you want to hop around to the specific characters or the specific drones. But first, we need to just talk about the drones themselves. So the drones are not that much taller than Rhodey and Tony. So this to me just does not work. Like, this should have been maybe minifigures, and then they have the Bad Batch armor piece there to make them a little bit taller. And then maybe for the drone head, I don't know, maybe it's a new piece, or you print it on the Iron Legion headpiece or something like that. And I think that would work so much better. I could see people liking that more, going out of their way to actually get this set if maybe all of the pieces went towards a park build that then maybe even if you get multiple of, you can continue to expand that out and make part of even the Stark Expo, making signs or something that have advertisements for the Stark Expo, banners. The parts for that would have been much better used there, and then you could even create, using the cost of making these prints, you then put that on a torso or a headpiece or something like that. Maybe even you reuse Rhodey's legs. I don't know. There's just a lot more better usage here for what we're getting parts-wise and print-wise. You know, credit where credit is due. I was building this and I'm like, you know what? This isn't actually that bad of a build. And I get maybe them oversizing it because, again, this is a kid's toy. And then I was building, I'm like, oh, I actually really like these legs. I like the bulkiness of that. I like how they're on the ball joints there, but also the little 1x2 plate hinges there, so you can angle them as well and sort of pose this like a turret, like you see them do in the film. But then I got to the arms and I was like, nope. Now I remember why I do not like these. This just does not work for me at all. You've got this piece here that can move side to side, up and down, and then these little hinges there as well. I do not think that works well whatsoever. I will say the choices for the drones, they did a good job picking this one. Color scheme wise, they're actually combining 2 sort of to make like this camo effect, which does work really well. And it's just interesting that this is sort of an army build. But anyways, the army should actually be sand green, which is the one with the big gun. And then the actual Marines is sand green. So they've sort of swapped things around here, but I get the effect that they're going for. On the chest, you've got an hammer arc reactor there, and also the heads can actually turn and spin 360 degrees. You've also got this little antenna that you can move up and down. This print here on the 1x1 tile is actually exclusive. You do get an extra, which is pretty good. I'd like to see somebody maybe make the other 2 versions of the hammer drones. And anyways, you've got the missile launcher there that you just push down and it'll launch out. Get an extra missile just in case you lose this one. Design of that, it's fine. Again, it can rotate there. You could even remove it as well very easily. Also, when they are destroying the drones, you could just easily dismantle them as well, which I appreciate. You could even, of course, and also destroy it, which I could see some kids enjoying doing, recreating that scene. Here is the hammer drone for the Marines, which is actually a little bit different, not just the color scheme here with the sand blue as well as the dark blue pieces, which I think gets the point across. And of course, the most interesting thing about this were the big missiles that they actually can launch out of these big shoulder pieces here, which I like a lot. It's got the simple little classic flick fire missiles there, which I think is interesting. Like, I don't remember when the last time was that I got that, but the missiles actually do launch like this. So I thought that was kind of neat that the flick fire missiles do work really well depicting that. But beyond that, you've just got the same design except for here in the back. You actually get 3 missiles included, just in case if you lose one, you've got an extra. Here is Iron Man in the Mark 6, which is actually brand new for 2025. It's pretty cool. We get him in the Marvel logo and then this year's Hall of Armor expansion. So getting this here on a cheap set is pretty great. If you always wanted this, I think this is really great because especially if you are a fan of the Avengers, this also appears in that film. Now, the leg printing looks great as well as the torso with the triangular arc reactor. The helmet here can open up and you can see Tony's face underneath. You've got the regular smile on one side and then the heads up display on the other. I've been saying this for a bit, but I think we need a new face for him or a new variant to include in different sets. Back torso looks pretty cool, and then you've got all of the different accessories here for him to fly around, just like what we first got back in 2012. Included for him, though, is also the superhero little posing pieces with the lightsaber blade pieces. The combination of that is supposed to depict when he tells Rhodey to get down and uses the lasers to destroy the final hammer drones by turning and spinning really quickly. So that's kind of cool that you can depict that here. I know that some people are saying that he should be using this piece instead, but I don't think this works quite as well because you can't get that angle because, of course, Lego minifigure arms don't extend outwards. These posing pieces allow you to actually do that here. Here is War Machine, who is actually exclusive to this set. You might be like, well, no, he's in this set. He's in Avengers Tower. He's in that original new remake of the Hall of Armor. Technically speaking, it is new. The hands here are actually in gunmetal gray, which is something I didn't realize Lego had started to do. I just realized that with the Ultron set, the Quinjet, that they changed his hand color so that now it actually lines up with the rest of the figure. And that adds so much, in my opinion. That's so much better than dark gray. So for that alone, I think that is worth mentioning here, that this figure is a much needed upgrade. It is also a very cheap way in comparison to the other two sets to get this figure, so that's pretty good as well. I think it's a great figure. The leg printing is great, as well as the torso printing as well is very, very detailed. Love the helmet there, and you can open it up. And you've got this face for Rhodey, which I don't think really works for him. He needs his own. I think this would have been a great place to bring back his face with a heads-up display. I think that would have helped out this set a lot more as well. The gun here does actually have a stud shooter here, which shoots out just the transparent red stud. That is gone, wow. But anyways, it's the big gun, as they joke about here. Also, he's got some great back torso printing here. Anyways, everyone, that is my review of the Iron Man and War Machine Hammer Drones set. It's not great. Again, going back to the value before, the size before, I will pick that Hydra one any day over this. I think it's good if you don't have these characters yet and these outfits, since this is pretty new, as well as this one does have the new hands, which is great. But beyond that, this just should have been something else. And I think that that's where this set fails. But what do you think of the set? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notification so you don't miss out on future Lego Marvel set news and reviews just like this one. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all the next one.